Imagine yourself on the beach of Waikiki. Surf, sun, sand, gentle trade winds blowing in the palm trees, and you just ready to grab a big wave and ride it into the shore, or go sailing on a catamaran, or just swim and bask in the beautiful Hawaiian sunshine. If it's the right time of the year, you get to enjoy the Hula Festival. Waikiki Beach, Hawaii, the latest stop on our magical mystery tour. Through the window of your imagination, you're in the Holy Land, the birthplace of three major religions. Explore the antiques preserved by the mild climate, or watch archaeologists uncover a new discovery. Trace the course of Moses as he led his people to the Promised Land, or visit the birthplace of Christ. Follow the paths he took as he preached to his flock. Swim in the Sea of Galilee. Bask in the gentle Mediterranean sun. All in the Holy Land. Our latest stop on our magical mystery tour. Think of what it would be like to be landing in Hong Kong at one of the largest airports in the world. Hong Kong International Trade Center, a constant bustle of activity where manufacturing ranges from clogs to clocks. Watch some of the world's ships being built. Attend a school music festival in the Hong Kong City Hall, a city of nearly 4 million people. Hong Kong, the latest stop on our magical mystery tour. You're on an imaginary visit to the Crescent City of New Orleans, Louisiana. Stroll down Bourbon Street among the rustic shops, clubs, and theaters of the French Quarter with its shaded patios, fountains, balconies, and wrought iron grills. Take a ride on an authentic streetcar. Listen to Dixieland jazz in the city where it was born. Dine on the French Creole cuisine in some of the world's finest restaurants. Take in the late shows at one of the many clubs in the French Quarter. The latest stop on our magical mystery tour. New Orleans, Louisiana. Imagine you're in Paris, France, the city you could spend a lifetime just visiting. Your first sightseeing trip takes you to the Eiffel Tower, from which you can view the city of Paris in all its splendor. Dine on world-famous French cuisine and sample one of the many wines made in the country that produces more wine than any other country in the world. Our latest stop on the magical mystery tour. Paris, France. Our magical mystery tour takes you next for a visit to the perfect resort on the perfect island, Montego Bay, Jamaica, where the waters of the Caribbean, the majestic mountains, and the Caribbean sky seen in perfect harmony. The unspoiled beaches that stretch for miles and miles, and the friendly native spirit of people blessed with a natural, carefree attitude that soon captures your very being, as each night is filled with a throbbing music that seems to make you forget the rest of the world. Montego Bay, Jamaica, the latest stop on our magical mystery tour. You're on an imaginary trip to the most populous city in the world, Tokyo, Japan, the center of Japan's education, finance, and national administration. You visit Tokyo's museums to view the centuries-old art objects. You see the classical kabuki drama. Then dine on one of Japan's culinaries that are a gourmet's delight. You visit Tokyo's Science Museum, housing displays of Japanese exhibits of their famous technological expertise. And a walk through a Japanese garden is definitely a must on your armchair visit to Tokyo, Japan. The latest stop on our magical mystery tour. Imagine yourself in Rio, proper name, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, as you enjoy the sun and surf at Rio's many beaches, the warm days and cool nights with great fleecy clouds, starlight skies, and abundance of birds and flowers add even more to your visit. not to mention the bikini-clad girls on Ipanema Beach. You visit the flower market, the botanical gardens, and the National Museum, and take a yacht trip round the bay. Beautiful Rio de Janeiro, the latest stop on our magical mystery tour. Our imaginary journey makes a stop now in London, England, where you get to watch the famous changing of the guards at Buckingham Palace, hear the clock in the Tower of London chime out the time, have lunch at one of London's famous pubs, and take a walking tour of some of Sherlock Holmes' haunts. Of course, you'll visit Westminster Abbey, where most English kings and queens have been crowned and buried for some 900 years. Foggy London town. The latest stop on our magical mystery tour. Your imagination will take you now to Mexico City, Mexico, home of ancient ruins of pyramids and temples, still standing as mute evidence of a flourishing civilization that existed before the Spanish settlers of the early 15th century claimed the land. Mexico City, where you'll learn many things about Mexican culture and take in the breathtaking beauty of the land surrounding it and the contemporary buildings within the city itself. The latest stop on our magical mystery tour. Mexico City, Mexico. Imagine yourself visiting the Isle of the Gods, Bali, Indonesia, where legend has it that even though the gods gave the island to the inhabitants, many spirits remain. You're in a completely relaxed atmosphere, where the Balinese have developed a unique talent for absorbing only the part of the Hindu faith that suits them. You're dancing in one of the many clubs and dining on Balinesian cuisine and overcome by the beauty of the many temples that are decorated with mythical monsters, spirits, gods, or heroes. Bali, Indonesia. The latest stop on our magical mystery tour. Through the window of your imagination, you visit Rome, Italy, the great shrine for the history of mankind. You're greeted with a gentle friendliness, welcome to visit wonderful parks, majestic tree-lined avenues, open-air coffee bars, and elegant shops. Lively Rome, teeming with humanity, thick with traffic, and happy to live on amidst the many testimonies of its past. The latest stop on our magical mystery tour. Rome, Italy. Imagine yourself in Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. You'll naturally visit the Parthenon and definitely want to see the Grand Ole Opry in its new Opry House located in Opryland, USA. Even if you're not a country music fan, you'll want to visit Music Row, where music hits of all types are recorded, and the Country Music Hall of Fame should definitely be on the agenda. Capital of the state of Tennessee, Nashville. Our latest stop on the magical mystery tour. Picture yourself in Barcelona, Spain, where you'll want to visit Pueblo Español and watch craftsmen at work making such things as suede coats, native jewelry, and mantillas of fine Spanish lace. Visit the Santa Cruz Cathedral, Santa Maria del Mar, with its special 15th century stained glass windows, the Museum of Catalonian Art, the Picasso Museum, or go 75 miles to the north for a visit in the Pyrenees, famous for beauty and fun. And of course, a visit to Barcelona wouldn't be complete without seeing a bullfight in one of their two arenas. Barcelona, Spain. The latest stop on our magical mystery tour. Through your mind's eye, picture yourself in Sydney, Australia, the largest and liveliest metropolis in the South Pacific. Visit Sydney Harbor with its bush-clad islands and sheltered bays. Sydney, city of 30 beaches along a 40-mile seaboard. Or head just west of Sydney and visit the friendly people in the outback and watch Aborigine ceremonies being performed. This is the sheep-raising country known as Waltzing Matilda Country. Back in Sydney, you'll want to see the new Sydney Opera House, one of the most beautiful buildings in the world. with its towering roof canopies like wind-filled sails. Sydney, Australia, our magical mystery tour's latest stop.